Hello, folks. Welcome to Club Helsinki Virtual Open Mic. Great to see everybody, or be seen, I should say. Welcome to Club Helsinki. I caught the virtual Club Helsinki Open Mic shuttle up here to the very outskirts of Hudson, New York. And looking forward to a fun night tonight. I'd like to welcome everybody. My friend and creative compatriot writer will not be with us tonight. She has sojourned off to northern Vermont to be with her mom, and they don't have any internet up there. So she's sorry to not be joining us tonight, but I'm glad she got out in the woods. Our friend Ryder is a very woodsy analog type, and it's probably good to get her off the internet. So I hope she's having a great time up there. I'd like to say hi to everybody from Club Helsinki, from myself and my partners, Mark and Deb, and all of us, to our customers, to our staff, to our musicians, to our artists, to our friends. Another week of virtualness, very odd. We're going to have a slightly different kind of show tonight. Not so much different, but a little different. It'll be a little more introspective. We're going to talk to some folks about what it's like, what's going on. And normally at this point, I ask people to get in tune, make sure they're in tune, but we don't have to do that anymore in virtual land. So I'm going to kick off our first video for tonight. This is from Alana Meredith. Alana's been a regular contributor, and she's was a regular Club Helsinki, or is a regular Club Helsinki Open Mic hero with her friend Joe and others. This video was recorded last year at our open mic, and it was great seeing it again. So this is Alana and Friends, folks. Please enjoy it.
Dance me to your beauty with a burning violin. Dance me through the panic till I'm gathered safely in. Lift me like an olive branch, be my homeward dove, and dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the end of love. the end of love.
Very nice.
All right. Thank you, Alana. So coming up next is another bona fide Club Helsinki open mic hero, Peter Lendorf. Peter came down from Northampton, Massachusetts, I believe, or that area a few years ago to our open mic. He'd heard about us somewhere and he came down to check us out. That's a little bit of a hike. And I very much enjoyed his stuff. I think he may have come down for a couple of weeks and then he joined the group and we've sort of stayed in touch over the years. This offering from Peter, this was recorded on the interweb, if you will, like so much is going on now. One instrument it was in Connecticut and one instrument was in Massachusetts. It was recorded and put together. This is in honor of John Prine, and it's the John Prine song, In Spite of Ourselves. Enjoy.
Well, she don't like her eggs all runny. She thinks crossing her legs is funny. She looks down her nose at money. She gets it on like the Easter bunny. She's my baby, I'm her honey. I'm never gonna let her go.
He ain't got laid in a month of Sundays. Caught him once and he was sniffing my undies. He ain't too sharp, but he gets things done. Drinks his beer like it's oxygen. He's my baby, I'm his honey. Never gonna let him go. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. We're gonna spite our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. We're gonna spite our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes.
She thinks all my jokes are corny. Convict movies make her horny. She likes ketchup on her scrambled eggs. She swears like a sailor when she shaves her legs. She takes a licking and keeps on ticking. I'm never gonna let her go.
He's got more balls than a big brass monkey. He's a whacked out weirdo and a love bug junkie. He's sly as a fox and crazy as a loon. When payday comes, he's a howling at the moon. But he's my baby, I don't mean maybe. Never gonna let him go. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. We're gonna spite our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. We're gonna spite our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes.
For that video. So I wanted to give a shout out. I'm also looking at the YouTube chat box. What the heck? Seems like I'm floating down in front of the earth, or the earth is rising up in front of me. Geez, there we go. All right, so I wanted to give a shout out. I'd like to say hi to the to my friends and friends and family around the country in Northern California. Jane, hello. And my friend John Chub, who's out there also, hello. And folks in Marin County, in Southern California, my cousin. And my brother Lan perhaps is on here. Hello, folks. And David Grossman, I believe, might be sitting on his couch there in LA, listening to the show. And it's interesting to be out here in space all by myself, but I'm enjoying it. Coming up next, we got a band called Blue Cha Cha. The person who sent this submission in lives over across the Hudson River from us in Hudson in Cairo. And the band, I guess they're based in that area. They were playing clubs down in New York City and Brooklyn previous to the pandemic. And they are going to do a song tonight, Eddie Palmieri's Slow Miser. Thanks. Enjoy.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
right. Thank you, Blue Cha Cha. Very nice stuff. That was Slow Visor, and that was submitted by Vera Kemper on the other side of the river there. I've mentioned before, and we've had some snippets before of a gentleman we call the greatest of the unknowns, definitely a Club Helsinki open mic hero. This is Wally Hughes. Wally is 91. He has been living in quarantine outside of Hudson where he lives, writing songs, doing what he does. And our buddy Randall from Ground Central, Central Houston there, went down and visited Wally with all the proper social distancing protocols. And he did a little interview with Wally and he recorded a song. So this is our friend Wally Hughes coming from you very recently, just outside of Hudson, New York.
The Lone Ranger, believe it, and not the Dalton brothers. This is for protection for what you all know is going around. Meanwhile, my name is Wally V. Hughes. I'm the oldest kid in the show business, the best of the unknown. And just to give you an idea, I get to kid around. I've recorded for Columbia Records, Decca Records, Ember. I do impersonations. What? I do impersonations. Oh yeah, okay. I'll give you a Walter Brennan. That's right. Me and the boys go to OK Corral. You got a chance now. I'm gonna get him. Oh, you want a singer? Singer. Who could I? Oh, a singer. You gotta start off each day with a song. Now even when things go wrong, I gotta make it up. Oh, a popular singer. All right, D. Martin and his buddy. Okay. Ready, guys? Yeah. Okay. Everybody loves somebody sometime. Oh, everybody fall in love. Dean, Dean, Dean. Yeah, Jerry. Dean, can I sing too, Dean? Well, a little bit. Everybody loves somebody sometimes. All right, Jerry, that's enough. Meanwhile, I'm glad to be here. It's a good sunny day, and I hope I can brighten up your day with what I have to offer you in way of songs. I have a song for Mother's Day here, for all you mothers out there who are going through the devil. I'm not going to say the other thing. And you're doing a good job taking care of the kids, your husband, the food, the house, and yourself too. So later on I'll give that when my director over here is looking at me going, okay. So anyway, yeah, I got a big hit up here when I moved up here in '79 from New York City at a place called Helsinki. And there everybody gets a chance to show their stardom. And I'm lucky enough to have been on the Dick Clark show and with Ed Sullivan and whatnot. But now, 91, the only ones that people have faith in now are Tony Bennett and Willie Nelson, you know. On the road again, it's got to be on the road again. You know him. Anyway, he sounds like your sister's brother. Meanwhile, back in the road, I've sung a lot of Helsinki for 5 years now, and a couple other clubs, and I'm still writing songs. I wrote for Tony Bennett, I wrote for Bing Crosby, I wrote for Elvis Presley, if you remember him, Elvis Presley. And these are all things that are all part of the show business. You're an actor, you're a singer, you're a dancer, and I'm lucky enough, right now, you heard of Bing Crosby, Bob Hope, who traveled with Jerry Colonna. You heard of Dean Martin, and you heard of all the great singers. I'm going to do a impersonation right now of a singer. Singing in the mountains, Nashville. You ready? Okay. Oh, God, I'm getting too old for that high note. Meanwhile, I hope you enjoy it. That's a little yodeling, and I do Western songs too. And as a yellow rose of Texas, pilgrim, that I am gonna say, her eyes are bright like diamonds, they sparkle like the dew. That's right. You get old, you get out of here. And you have a special guy you call up Helsinki, and they'll go ahead and they'll tell me what you would like. That's the whole idea. We're on the air now to make you happy, because when you're happy, we're happy. And when everything's calmed down, we'll be able to get close again and shake a hand. This is for all you mothers out there, and all you men that are lucky enough to have a woman with a heart of gold. I've been a lonesome man who's been searching all my life for a woman with a heart of gold. And now that I found you, I have all the riches I can hold. My woman with a heart of gold. Yes, I finally struck it rich, and I can share the joys of life with my woman with a heart of gold. Your smile makes me happy, your voice leaves me content. You give me love that can't be bought or sold. I'm the richest man on earth, and there's no greater wealth I seek than my woman with a heart of gold. Yes, I've been a lonesome man who's been searching all his life for my woman with a heart of gold. May God bless you with all his riches.
All right. The greatest of the unknowns, folks. Coming to you live and a cappella from Taconic, New York, down the road from Hudson. So a little story for folks here, and I neglected to give a shout out to another Southern California peep, a Los Angeles friend whose name is Geza X. And Geza, I believe, might be watching us from the Vortex in LA. We had an interesting little chat today I'm going to tell you about. We were talking about the strangeness of the present days. And I said something like, it seems like Rod Serling is sitting on the throne of heaven. For those of you who don't know who Rod Serling was, he was a great science fiction and phantasmical writer. And lots of times I think that our daily life seems very much like a Rod Serling piece. Anyway, Geza said, yeah, Rod Serling picked me up hitchhiking when I was 14. And I was like, wow, that's amazingly cool. And then I conveyed to him my cool hitchhiking story, which was I was in the town of Castaic at the bottom of the Grapevine in LA. I was driving truck at the time. And there was a Harley Love Ride charity concert for MS happening up in Castaic Lake. I had the day off, so I hitchhiked a ride on the back of a motorcycle, and I went up to the amphitheater. And it was one of the best shows I've ever seen. It was intimate. I don't know, there was maybe a couple thousand people there. I got right up to the stage. Jackson Browne was amazing. And Eric Burdon, the great Eric Burdon, major hero of mine, the Animals, of course, great English band. Eric Burdon was playing with Jackson Browne. I was just thrilled, man. And so as is my habit, I left at the beginning of what I thought was the last song, because I wanted to try to get down the road before, 10, 15,000 motorcycles came down. So I'm walking and I hear this Volvo pull up behind me, and I turn around, stick out my thumb, and it pulls over. I jump in, and it's Eric Burdon driving. And I look at him and I go, hey, man, I go, you guys sounded great. And he looks at me and he goes, oh, thanks, man. He goes, you really should have heard rehearsal, though. We sounded even better. And this is the kind of thing I've been saying to my musician friends for years. All of us say it. I don't know why we say it, but it was so funny. I just looked at him and laughed. And he goes, can you tell me how to get to the 5? And I'm like, yeah, I can tell you how to get to the 5. So anyway, that's my Eric Burdon story. And the reason I mention that is our friends Rick and Marilyn are coming up with their cover arrangement of a song that Eric Burdon made very famous called House of the Rising Sun.
very much.
All right. Thanks, Rick Warren and Marilyn Miller, for that. Rick and Marilyn are well-known faces around Hudson, and they do busking sometimes. They play a lot around the town, and they are both bona fide Club Helsinki open mic heroes. All right, so coming up next, we have a band called the Matchstick Architects. They are a bona fide tri-state band, I guess I can say, from Connecticut, New York, and Massachusetts. And they have played the Helsinki stage before. I believe this was also recorded remotely. So coming to you from 3 different states, but into one state of being as a song. So Matchstick Architects, everybody.
Miles beyond heartbroken, out where the guitars play, there's a room no one sits in, as if it's on display.
All right, that was the Matchstick Architects. Thank you for submitting that, folks. All right, so coming up next, we have a submission submitted by some friends of ours from across the river over there, Greene County way. This was submitted by our friend Vic Nix, and it is Lex Gray, and doing a song off a new project of theirs, and the name of the song is Angel. Please enjoy it.
You protected me from things I never saw coming. You delivered me from a life without no loving. And in the pit of my heart, I knew it was you. In the pit of my heart, there was nothing I could do. Baby, right from the start, I knew it was true. You were my angel. You were my angel. You were my angel. Now you're gone. You protected me from things I never saw coming. You delivered me from a life without no loving. In the pit of my heart, I knew that was how it was gonna be. In the pit of my heart, I was happy and free. I knew right from the start you were given to me. You were my angel. You were my angel. You were my angel. Now you're gone. My angel. Oh, you were my angel. You were my angel. Oh, you were my angel. You were my angel. You were my angel. You were my angel. Now you're gone. You protected me from things I never saw coming.
All right, very nice. So it's bright up here in space, man. That's why I got to wear these Ohio State Trooper shades. It's so bright up here looking down on everybody down there on Earth. And I wanted to give another shout out or two to my Earthling friends. Cassidy Mays over there in Greene County. Hello, Cassidy. And everybody else there, Matt and Louise and Piper and all, if you got the computer, if you're all circled up around the computer in the fireplace. Also, my friend Diana Pye. Hello to Diana Pye. Hello to Ruthie up in Lake Placid area, Saranac. I'm glad folks are watching, and it's nice to be able to say hi. I can't see you all the way down there, but it's nice to know you're watching. Coming up next, we're doing the segment we've called the Pandemic Journal, and I just wanted to join my partner Deb in encouraging people to send in any archival video that they have about what they're doing during this pandemic. We've gotten a lot of submissions, all sorts of different material, people talking about what they're doing, what they're not doing, what's working for them, what's not working for them. We've featured people in the community who are helping, working hard to help others. And this is part 3 of our pandemic journal, and I'll let my partner Deb introduce it as she always does.
Hi, this is Deborah McDowell from Helsinki, Hudson. We are in the midst of an amazing time, as you all know. And we at Helsinki have a really great opportunity because we've got so many wonderful tech people on our staff here to help. What we're doing is we are compiling videos of some of the wonderful work that's being done in Hudson, for Hudson, about Hudson, for the people of Hudson on the streets. We're going to be presenting videos like that throughout this incredible time. We'd also like you to send videos, please, of the things that you're doing just to bear up at home. Just send video shots with your iPhone on your computer of what your day looks like. Are you exercising? Are you dancing? Are you painting? Are you unable to get out of bed? What are you thinking about? We're all thinking about the future. And we want the future to be different because it has to be. But we're all in this together, Hudson. Through these portraits, what we want to do is get a vision of how we can change our community and how we can change our world and work better together. So send in those videos. We'll look forward to showing them on the video open mic, and enjoy this next video because it's really wonderful.
Hello, everyone. My name is Marlene Marshall, and I live in Hudson, New York. I live alone, and I am in the middle of this quarantine for the coronavirus. Anyway, it's been a surprise because I'm not working. I usually teach special needs adults art, and I've been doing that for 22 years. And it's kept me busy. And now I can just focus on anything I want to do, which is quite a surprise, having raised a family and having a lot of demands. Now, I always said, oh, if I had the time, but it wasn't that easy to get back into painting or doing collage work because you just can't pop into being creative. So it took a while, but I really got into the groove and I have really enjoyed it. I haven't minded all this alone time. I do talk to my friends and my children on the phone, but I am isolated. I get up every day, I make my bed, and I get dressed just like I was going out. And I've been reading great books, having no guilt about it. I've been actually teaching myself to make an instructive video for my students who are home. And that's been interesting, trying to teach and set up the camera and do all that. But I'm able to still go out for long walks, which I really love to do. I'm a walker. And spend time, reflecting on my life and being mature about where I'm going and what I want and what I like to change. Editing my life a little bit and actually not minding all this time alone. And I don't feel like a need to rush the quarantine to be over, although I know when it's over, I will love to see all my friends again and have dinner parties and a cocktail with friends. But this is like a new experience and a challenge, and I feel like I'm working it out. And I love Hudson. All my friends are all so caring. They call, do I need anything? I get my groceries delivered. I'm really living a luxurious life. And I live in a one big room apartment, and I have my art and my music and all my great books. I have so much. So other than being afraid of catching the virus and having a few scares, I'm completely okay right now. And I will look forward to seeing all my friends again and having the summertime and dinners and all of that. But for now, I'm doing okay. And cheers to all until we meet after the quarantine.
All righty. Thank you, Marlene. That's our friend Marlene Marshall, and thank you to my partner Deb McDowell for launching our pandemic journal series on open mic, and also our archive, which we are receiving submissions of any kind of video archive you want to submit on the subject of your experience with the pandemic, this time and place. The website was on the top intro there. I believe it's hudsonjournal.com. Yes. And all right. So coming up next, submission from a man of many names. I know a few of those. I know this man by the name John Chube. And there's a great deal I could say about John Chube, but what I will say is that he is a bona fide Club Helsinki open mic hero. He's also a bona fide road warrior. He's usually on the road doing a lot of work. He is hunkered down in the Bay Area of Northern California at the moment. Anyway, he sent us in this song, and I'm so glad he did. It had been a while. This is not a Hudson artist. This is a Hawaiian artist known as Brother Is. And I remember the first time I heard this song, it just stopped me in my tracks. It's very, very special. And his story is very interesting and amazing. He is gone now. He died as a young man. But this is just an incredible recording and video. Brother Is with Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
drops like a lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. The dreams that you dare to, why, oh, why can't I?
Hey, I'm coming back. I'm floating around out here somewhere over the rainbow. Man, I love that tune. Holy moly. I just love that when it came out. Jung Shub, thank you so much for submitting that. So our next submission is via Denmark. And his name is Michael Hamilton. And there are a couple of things worthy of note here in the application, the submission form that I want to mention. I'm a little rusty on my Danish, but if I'm saying this correctly, it is som un transtation pa un rastemplads pa dem motorvurg, which means I fucking love New York. And that was, apparently it's a big hit on YouTube. I fucking love New York, either under the English name or the Danish name. He also says that Jeff Buckley's mother is a very big fan of his, which is cool. I had an experience like that. John Cipollina's mom, Evelyn, was a big fan of our stuff, and I always absolutely loved that. This is a submission from Michael, as I said, via Denmark. Little acoustic something for you, coming to you from Denmark.
The mountains, the cities, and the landscapes are pretty. I'm going coast to coast, across the states. I've got money to spend, and I've got nothing to prove. I'm going coast to coast, across the states. Fifty states of mind. 50 states to find. Ooh, I'm going coast to coast, across the states, across the states. across the states. Ooh, across the states.
All right, everybody, welcome back. I'm happy to have a guest on. This is Michael D'Antuono from Beacon, New York. Michael is a painter of some renown, I might say. I'm a big fan of his work. Last week, the reason we're speaking to Michael tonight is last week was Pete Seeger's would have been Pete Seeger's 101st birthday. And our friend Sarah Lee Guthrie had a beautiful video we played of a birthday shout out to Pete of one of his great songs. And I was hoping to speak with Michael last week, but I ended up floating around in space and was unable to accomplish that. So this is Michael D'Antuono, who is definitely a bona fide Club Helsinki open mic hero. He's been on our stage before. We've talked about this and that. And Michael's artwork is touches on a lot of subjects that Pete's music did, including environmentalism, anti-racism, anti-fascism, stuff like that, which has always been very important and continues to be very important. And I just wanted to say hi to Michael and talk about Pete Seeger a little bit, because Michael got to know Pete down there. Hello, Michael, how are you?
Hi, Cameron. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. I love that painting. Behind Michael is the painting he did of Pete Seeger. So can you tell us the story behind that painting, Michael?
Well, it's called The Beacon of Hope, which Pete was the Beacon of Hope. And I did it to put in the town crier, a place where Pete had performed many times. And so I did his manager, his daughter, a few people were concerned that that he might not like having a big painting in the middle of town of him. So they took me up to meet him in his cabin. And we got along very well, because it turns out that, Pete, I found out Pete was singing about all the issues that I've been painting about. Yeah. Only he'd been doing it much longer. And so we got along really nicely. It was a wonderful visit. After which he, at 94, he says, well, I'm going to go chop wood now. So, and I said, okay, well, I'm going to go take a nap. And that was the difference between us. But Pete was a wonderful guy. They say that you should never meet your heroes because they'll only disappoint. And in Pete's case, it was exactly the opposite. He was better than his image, and his image is quite good. Something hard to live up to, but he certainly did in every aspect. And I took this painting and made a poster out of it with Pete, and we made a couple of changes, and we were going to raise money for the Sloop Club and a couple places like that. And so when he died, I took the poster to every shop in town on Main Street in Beacon, and I asked them to hang it up in their windows. And everybody wanted to hang up the poster in the window. So every shop on Main Street had it. But it took me all day because they all had to tell me their stories about Pete and how much they loved him. And how one guy told me he signed for his first car. Another person said, he did a little concert just for the kids at school so they could have money for something or another. There were so many stories like that, it's hard to remember. So that was the Pete Seeger that everybody in town loved, and all over the world. I just thought of another Pete's story that you hadn't heard probably, that Bruce Springsteen did only one album of covers in his whole career. He didn't cover other people's work really, but he did an album of just Pete Seeger's songs.
Really?
Yeah. And what he did was he sent Pete a check with lots of zeros, right? And Pete took that check and he looked at it and he crossed out all the zeros and just for $1 and he sent it back to Springsteen. And but then Springsteen, what he did was he put the zeros back, mailed it back to Pete, and and said, just give it to your charities. Just figure out what charities you want. And Pete did that. And that was just another Pete story.
Wow, so amazing. Yeah, Pete Seeger was a big presence in my house growing up as a child. First music I ever listened to was Pete Seeger with the Almanac Singers. The Almanac Singers started in the early 40s, and they were really, they were the quintessential folk music people, the music of the people, and the music of resisting the things that need to be resisted, racism, environmental degradation, fascism, certainly. And I really regret that I never got a chance to meet Pete, get to know him, but I'm glad you did, Michael. And I would encourage everyone, if you're not familiar with who Pete Seeger was and his legacy, I would suggest you do a little research. He wrote just the quintessential music of the people. And I would also urge you to check out Michael's website, which is artsandresponse.com. Features Michael's paintings on a number of subjects. And onward and upward. Stay safe during the pandemic, Michael. It's great seeing you.
Good seeing you too. So hopefully we'll see each other in person one of these days soon.
That would be great. Talk to you soon. Bye. All right. Thank you, Ryder, for submitting that. My cosmic and creative co-host, Ryder Cooley, who, as I mentioned, she's sequestered in northern Vermont tonight, but she submitted that before she left. That was featuring herself and another Club Helsinki open mic hero, Lady Moon, who we featured on one of our early virtual open mics. A couple things I wanted to mention. I wanted to encourage people to please check out our Club Helsinki archives. These are videos of some of our greatest nights over the years at Club Helsinki. And it's on our website, Club Helsinki Archives. I also wanted to mention, thank you everyone for your submissions. I'd like to remind people to please get them in before Monday at noon. So we have time to put the show together. Everyone's been pretty good about that, but I just wanted to remind people. And again, hello to everybody out there. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's open mic. And we are going to close out as usual with open mic hero Rick Warren taking us somewhere into the cosmos. Good night, everybody, and see you next week.